I'm here with Niesha, who has been battling through this corrupt court system. Many people have been hit with charges. A lot of it's a violation of our constitution. Thank you for joining me. How are you managing?
Not too good. I'm here actually to make a public announcement. I generally fear for my safety and that of my family. I commenced civil litigation with regards to historical sexual abuse back in 2019. I engaged the services of a lawyer. Well, what I discovered was blatant hide the truth. My claims were against my social worker who became my foster parent. And during my time of living with her, the state never checked up on my care. And little did I know that not only was I being abused, someone else was being abused. I need to be careful about who I mention because I'm sure they don't want it to be public knowledge. But after my dealings with the bar, my lawyer, who basically malfeasance, I disengaged my services with her and I told her if anything happens to me or my family, I will pursue this. And that was 2 years ago. For the last 2 years, I've been persecuted, hounded, intimidated. I've had so many provocateurs enter my life to remove evidence and plant evidence. And basically what it's about is to give the illusion and the narrative that I'm fucked in the head, that I have suffered so much because of my life history because I was a state ward. So we're going back into the 1978. I was a state ward, which meant that the state was meant to look after my well-being and they never did. So throughout my time dealing with my lawyer, I'm sorry that I'm jumping to and from, there's just so much to get through.
Yes, they have failed their duty of care, and it's sad when anybody steps forward and exposes crimes, they get punished and often end up targeted individuals, and the harassment is extraordinary, we've seen in many cases. So you have a court proceeding coming up?
Well, no. What they're actually doing is framing me for other crimes. What they've done is actually penetrated all of my IT equipment where I have no control over things. They've got information in there. I can't even access my passwords. They're probably sending emails on my behalf, which I'm totally unaware of. But it's all to create the illusion that I'm not mentally sound because they engage the services of a psych which is appointed by the courts, the Supreme Court. So everything is done in-house. They control everything. You never get any freedom. You never sign any documents. What they're doing is basically making you consent without fully understanding of what is actually happening. So what they do, they enter your life, they find out as much about your life, and from that point on, they start creating a narrative that's going to suit their story to cover up their filthy pedophile rings. And you want to know who my social worker was? Here we go, you'll love this. She was awarded services for sexual abuse. Carolyn Worth, that's right. She got an award, an Australian award for services to sexual abuse, and that was who my abuser was.
I'm very sorry to hear it. It's disgusting. There's so many predators that are getting away with atrocious crimes. And people that speak out about it often get gaslit.
That's exactly what's been happening to me. Every time I talk to someone over the phone, the information that I portray that's on my computers, they change because they've got so much of my information. They know more about my life than I do because I was a ward of the state. They are just disgusting individuals. They're not even human, they're subhuman. You know what else? Not only is it Carolyn Worth, it's the organisation she represented, which is Council Against Sexual Abuse. That is a honeypot to entrap people that want to report their sexual abusers to the police. So what it enables CASA to do and the police services is to grab someone that is going to speak out about a prominent person. Then we also have an organisation which is a federal organisation called No More, KNOWMORE. I contacted them because I was unable to get any legal services because no one would believe that Carolyn Worth would be capable of pedophilia. So when I engaged their services, they all obviously were in panic mode where they got everybody involved. How can we get Niesha to shut up? So what they've done is given the illusion through their gaslighting where it gives the impression that I've lost my mind. Someone's been entering our home. I know this is unfathomable, but do I sound like a raving lunatic to you? No, I'm very concise in what I'm saying. I'm very clear about what's happened. And they've been gaslighting me for the last few months, but the clincher is I've got a magistrates court hearing. They've stopped in every way for me to have proper communications with the magistrates court. Let's face it, that's a kangaroo court. And what they've done now is that I've got a court hearing on the 23rd for a minor traffic infringement of a no right turn. The copper that was involved actually doctored the statement that was provided to me. So what it's going to do, it's going to create the little illusion that I've had conversations with friends where I've said this is what happened at the incident of the traffic stop, but on the statement it's a totally different event. So what they're going to do is they're going to put me under a mental health order to keep me shut up, and then they're going to go into my home. They're going to terrorise my 3 beautiful children and my husband. And what they're going to do is go in there and plant evidence. And that is how they're going to get me.
They go to extraordinary lengths to try and silence and intimidate people. It's very frightening. And a lot of these services are actually a front, just like the children's charities. A lot of them are actually a front for child trafficking. So approach the
CPS.
Yes, approach with caution. You're a very brave woman for speaking forward, a true survivor. We wish you all the best.
Let me assure you, my life is on the line, and I know what's about to come. I'm going to be charged with some kind of fraud. I've had 3 names. And if I don't get charged for that, I will get charged for theft.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Thank you very much.